we make may not give us the kind of result that we have. So today, I'm here, to say that we're here to partner with Pengasm. We're here to restate our commitments, to supporting, local refining, which is the way to go. We want a situation where we can build capacity for local refining so that we save the dollars that we use to import, PMS and other products into Nigeria. It's also interesting to note that unless you refine, you are getting very little of the value of the crude oil.
So these people actually do the right thing to do. He mentioned how we will be able to save 15 trillion naira if we were locally refining. He mentioned how we will get more if indeed we are refining locally. It means that the fact that we ship our crude to other lands for refining, we are losing a whole lot.
Yes.
Aside from the fact that we're losing our FX, differentials and the rest, we're equally losing products.
Yes.
Because if you give them, and I was listening to Tilewa Adebaju yesterday, and Tilewa was saying that, look, when you refine outside of your shores, you are unable to quantify how much value you are losing from that process and how you are providing jobs for another country.
Exactly.
And shipping and employment into your own nation.
Exactly.
And he also talked about the fact that NNPC subsidiaries are not making any money because of this process. So today, they usually say that you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. But it seems that we know the truth and the truth is setting us free.
Because we lack the will. NNPC for many years is and has remained a state-backed loss-making company. Now, the question is, which other entity that is owned by anybody would you have allowed to operate in this manner? They're not able to solve any problem. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is one politician who maybe I do not agree with on so many levels. But when he said it in 2019 that if he got elected, he will, sell off the refineries, which in any case, former President Obasanjo had tried to do before the late Umar Musa Yar'Adua, reversed it. I agreed with that because the truth is, whenever we listen to the leadership of NNPC, whether it's the group managing director or the chief financial officer or GM of this, all these big men wearing agbada with big titles, all I see are men and women who are sitting on our resources, stealing the system without any form of accountability. Tell me just one thing that NNPC has promised that has come to fruition. So, here, whenever we come around and we analyze it, it almost looks like it's a waste of time. Because in no other sane entity would you be allowed to say, it's like you make a mistake to say, so please, tomorrow morning I will fix it. And then tomorrow comes, you don't get it fixed. And nothing happens. And then it's okay, please, give me till next week, I will fix it. And then nothing happens. And they are still there. Year in, year out, one GMD in, another GMD out. We're not solving any problem. I particularly take offense when the GMD mentioned that they knew the reason why marketers could not import. Of course they will know.
Yes.
Because they enjoy privileges that others do. It's almost like sending everybody into a market space where one is holding practically the entirety of the deal. You see, this NNPC problem, as far as I'm concerned, is really not an NNPC problem. It's a problem that has to do really with the presidency of the country. And I know a lot of people will argue that, but there have been many presidents. You see, if you like, bring in 20 presidents. If they lack the will to do the right thing, nothing will happen. You know, there's something that keeps coming to my mind, but I'm not going to say it. But it sounds like what Michael used to submit, maybe in some of our informal discussions, as a likely solution to our problems. If somebody comes in now, and these guys know that if we don't get this thing fixed in 1 year, it's either we are facing firing squad or life imprisonment. You see, miraculously, this thing will change.
Working.
It will start working.
Exactly.
You will think it's miracle. It will start working. But there's been no deterrent, no forensic audit. They make promises about when the refineries will work. They don't keep to it. Nobody gets punished.
Nobody get fired.
We see, huge, sums of money in funny places that are attributed to some officials of NNPC. Nobody gets punished. What's the incentive for you to not be corrupt and incompetent? I don't see it.
Okay, so we give a lot of excuses. I was listening to another very, high-ranking officer of NNPC yesterday, and he was talking about the fact that there was so much rain, siltation in Extravol's route, there was so much thunder and lightning, and so in the discharge of the mother vessel to daughter vessels, they were unable to handle that, so it affects logistics, bad road. I like you to listen to him. Let's listen again to him, because he said it by himself.
Apologize to Nigerians for the queues we see speaking up now and then. The number of the causes are such that we do our best to manage. Outside of our control, but we do our best to manage. It's not, we do not like to make excuses. But you would imagine, for example, we've had, since the rains began, the Estrados Channel has been difficult to navigate through. We have vessel after vessel going aground there because of siltation. And that has really hindered our ability to bring petroleum products, particularly PMS, our country. You'd also understand that with the rains also come situations where ability to discharge petroleum products is challenged. Where you have lightning and thunderstorms, you have to suspend not just the discharge of petroleum products onshore, but also the evacuation from the tank farms. We have had situations such as that occur in recent times. We've also had issues with the road network. That's also gives challenges in bringing those products our country. The tightness you see in Lagos currently was due to a very short supply gap, which we have since addressed. Vessels are in Lagos now, offloading as I speak, discharging as I speak. So that is definitely short-lived.
Doesn't this insult our intelligence? Now, this is Dapo Segun saying at the press conference on Tuesday, so, he was apologizing if you heard him, and he was saying that the recent weather condition hampering sufficient distribution of fuel across the country. He said, we'd like to apologize to Nigerians for the queues we have been seeing springing up. A number of the causes are outside of our control. He said, for example, since the rains began, the Estragos Channel has been difficult to navigate through. We have vessel after vessel going around there because of siltation, and that has really hindered our ability to bring petroleum products, particularly PMS, up country. We also understand that the rains also situations where to discharge petroleum products where there is lightning, thunderstorms, you have to suspend not just the discharge of petroleum product on shore, but also the evacuation from the tankers. I mean, who gives such excuses in 2024?
That man is the executive vice president downstream.
Yes.
At the NNPCL.
Yes.
So, you know, because when you introduce him as a high-ranking official, many people may not know how high his rank is.
Executive vice chairman.
Vice president.
Vice president, okay.
Downstream. So it goes back to what I said earlier. You know, listening to him, you would almost think that they just brought in
from somewhere.
You know, somebody from somewhere
on space
to sit in that office, and then he's having to breathe